Hi again, it's Christina from Sunshine and Flora. If you're new to my channel, I grow cut flowers in Zone 5A in Northwest Iowa, and today is tulip planting day. Finally, I have been waiting for the rest of my tulips to come in. They arrived yesterday, which actually timed out to be perfect because just a couple days ago we had some temperatures in the 60s. Now our highs are back down into the 40s and 30s, which is very typical for this time of year. And so I think this is the perfect time for me to get all of my tulip bulbs in the ground. Now this year I am growing a lot of different varieties of tulips, mainly because I want to test out a lot of varieties and see what I like best. So my plan is to do a whole separate video for you guys to share all of the varieties that I'm growing. And so in this video I just want to show you how I am planting my tulips for cut flowers. So before I show you how I am planting them, let me show you where they are going. So here is a quick look at the space that I grow in. I have an urban garden that is downtown right next door to my photography studio, and my entire growing space is about 2,000 square feet. The tulips are going beyond my greenhouse down in a space. So let's walk over there. So the tulips are going in this area right under that large trellis. My husband recently tilled this entire area up, so the soil should be nice and workable. So the method that I'm going to use to plant these tulips is the trench method, which basically is digging a long trench about 6 inches deep. I'm going to make mine about 2 feet wide, and then you place the tulips down in the trench, almost like you're placing eggs in the carton. You cover them up with dirt and let them grow. It's really simple. I am going to be using some fertilizer in with my tulips, but I'll show you that when I get them planted. So I think I'm going to put my trench just right behind me here. Let me get that dug, and then I will show you how I plant them and what fertilizer that I use. Okay, so I'm gonna get started planting my tulips. As I was unpacking all of them and making my labels, I realized I actually do not have all of my tulips here. I checked tracking and they're actually coming this afternoon, so not a big deal. I'll just get started planting, and then at the end of the video I will tell you exactly how many tulips I planted and how big my trench is. I am not exactly sure what is in this last box that is coming because of all the tulip shortages that were this year. I got refunded a little bit of an amount and it doesn't specifically say what that is. So at the end of the video, I'll give you the number. But anyway, I wanted to get started planting. So first of all, the markers that I'm using, I just got these off Amazon, and my plan is to put these right next to my trench. I did use a garden marker to mark these tags because Sharpies will fade over time, and I want to know exactly what everything is next spring. So I'm going to put those in as I plant. And then my tulip bulbs, I'm going to be placing in the trench just like I'm putting eggs in a crate. Get some of the leaves out of here. So this first batch of tulips I'm putting in the ground is called Apricot Impression. I have 100 of these. Just going to smooth out the bottom of the trench. And I'm going to be placing these in my trench just like I am putting eggs in a crate. These are what the tulip bulbs look like if you're not familiar, and you always want to plant them with the point up because the flat bottom part is where the roots come out. So I'm going to put these nice and close, but I don't want them touching. So that is basically it. So I'm gonna get these, whoa. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of these planted. I'll wait for my next ones to arrive, and I will show you what everything looks like when I'm done, along with how big my trench is and how many bulbs I've planted. Okay, guess what? I forgot to put my fertilizer in the trench. It's just been one of those days. I'm gonna go get my fertilizer and then I will show you what I'm using. Okay, so I'm back with my fertilizer. The fertilizer that I'm using this year is the Espoma Organic Bulb Tone, and I am just simply going to spread this across the bottom of the trench. Now, I know I already have some tulips in here. That's fine. I'm just gonna sprinkle the fertilizer over the top of them and they will be okay. So I'm gonna get my fertilizer spread, the rest of the tulips that I have right now planted. Hopefully that last box comes while I am out here working. And then at the end of this video, I will show you guys what I end up with. Okay, so it is actually a few days later. I still don't have all of my bulbs in the ground because I am waiting on one more box to come. I ended up being shorted quite a few because of bulb shortages this year, so I ordered some more. So those should be here in a few days. But I wanted to go ahead and finish this video for you guys to show you where my bulbs are planted, where the rest of them are going, and how many I will have in the ground total. So let me flip the camera around and show you that. Okay, so here is the entire space that all of my bulbs are planted. I have a whole row over here, another half row in here, and then over here there is another whole row. So on this side, this row is about 12 feet long, and I think I made it maybe 3 feet wide. And again, there's another short section, kind of a half row over here. I have 565 bulbs in this area. And then if we swing over to the other side, here's the other spot. And again, this is about 12 feet long and I made this one about 4 feet wide. There are 600 more bulbs in this area. And you can see I have all of them marked with white markers with the name and how many bulbs of that kind are planted in that particular spot. Then the rest of my bulbs are going to go in a combination of spots. This is against the south side of my building, so it gets plenty of sun in the spring. Some of them are going to go here, and then if we pan over, the rest are going to go way down here, which is where I had dahlias and celosia this year. That is a huge area. And I just realized that after counting what I have left to plant, between the box that I still have to get and what I have inside, I still have 625 bulbs to get in the ground, which I hope to do this weekend because we're going to have some temps in the 50s and then it is going to get cold, I think, for the rest of the season. So if my math is correct between what I have in the ground and what I still have coming, I have 1,790 bulbs. Holy moly. I wanted to have maybe 1,200 in the ground, but you know what? It'll be great. I'll have so many different varieties. If some don't come up, I will have extra. So I am so excited to see how they come up in the spring and to start making those spring bouquets around Mother's Day. So anyway, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing how I planted my tulips. Next week's video will be all of the different varieties of tulips I'm planting. I want to share those with you guys, and so I think that'll be a good follow-up video for next week's. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you soon.